If you play the Genesys format, hit that subscribe button, as this channel is focused and dedicated towards the Genesys format. And also, I can guarantee you there are some content on here for the Genesys format that you will not find anywhere else on YouTube. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the Joy format, and as you can tell by the title itself, today's episode is the Blue Eyes Genesys deck profile. So, let's get straight into it. We have 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, 3 copies of Neo Kaiser Seahorse, 3 copies of Witch of the Black Forest, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Chaos Match Dragon, 3 copies of Maiden of White, 3 copies of King of the Swamp, and for our spells we have Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons at 3, 1 The Melody of Awakening Dragon, 1 Gold Sarcophagus, 1 Wishes for Eyes of Blue, 3 Bingo Machine Go, 2 Gravity Lash, 3 Colosseum of White, 1 Burden of the Mighty, and 1 Ultimate Fusion. Also, I would like to get to our traps, which is 2 Majesties of White, 2 The Ultimate Creature of Destruction, and 1 True Light. Getting to our extra deck now, we have 1 copy of each card in our extra deck. 1 number 38, Hope Harbinger Dragon, Titanic Galaxy. 1 number S38, Titanic Galaxy. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Right, so getting into why I have these cards in the deck. So I have 3 Blue Eyes, which is standard for my fusion shenanigans and my synchro shenanigans, and I might also be in a position where I would use one of them as Exceeds material for number 38. That's why I run that at 3. I have 2 Blue Eyes Alternative Whites, 1 for Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, because when I'm going into him, I want to get his effect off, not to attack over anything. I just want to pop off the effect, which is good. And it is very helpful to be able to target and destroy 3 cards on the field of my opponents every turn in exchange for not being able to attack. So that can be very helpful at times when I need to get rid of targets that can be targeted on my opponent's field. And also the other copy, just to have a single target pop of my opponent's monsters every turn, which is good. And for their pop effects, they don't need to be face up, which is a bonus. I have 3 Neo Kaiser Seahorse because he's a tuner that can special summon himself out, and ideally I do want to get into Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, so having him at 3 and him being able to help with his effect is very helpful for me to get into Spirit Dragon and not having to worry about levels too much. And I have Witch of the Black Forest, which is an amazing searcher, as there are 3 cards within the deck that Witch of the Black Forest can search, and that is pretty much ideally what I want a lot of the time, because I want to get to these cards ASAP, and having 3 Witch is just a great way to do that, especially as I can try to either use it as tribute fodder if I want to get certain cards into the graveyard by bringing out Blue Eyes White Dragon, or even using this to attack into a monster. Because one trick I like to do with Witch of the Black Forest, if my opponent has a monster with more attack, I will attack into that monster so I can get that search effect off. And the way my Blue Eyes deck runs, I will always have a bigger body than Witch of the Black Forest, so when I attack into a monster, if my opponent doesn't attack my face down, it helps me to get the search either way. So now, get into the search of targets that Witch of the Black Forest can search out. Blue Eyes Chaos Max, an amazing beat stick. And just as a quick side note, I have 2 of these because I have 2 Majesties of the White Dragon, a very easy card to get into the graveyard because you can use it. Even if it gets destroyed, that's even better because I can banish it from grave if I have Chaos Max in hand, and of course I can use a Blue Eyes White Dragon on my field or hand as tribute requirements to tribute summon into Chaos Max, so I do not need to worry about having the spell. I just need to get that trap card into the graveyard. Also, another part that can search out is Maiden of White. I know, 40 card deck. I have Maiden at 3. Chances of drawing into Maiden, good. But just in case I run into those odd ones that I don't, Witch of the Black Forest, search Maiden of White, use Maidens of White's effect, discard, get out True Light. Get True Light's effect off if I do have a Blue Eyes Engrave, or if I want to get to one of my spell cards that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon, I can, and I will go over this more in detail when I get to this card. The final search target, King of the Swamp. I want King of the Swamp because it's extra fusion material. So, as you know, I have a Dark Magician +1 Dragon monster. I can easily use Blue Eyes White Dragon or even Alternative Dragon, because ideally I want either one Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon on the field or in the graveyard, and this card can help with that by that dragon requirement. So because it doesn't have a specific one, it gives me that more flexibility to help get it into the graveyard. So by that being active, it helps me to search for the Blue Eye, not search for the Blue Eyes, but get my Blue Eyes Alternative into the graveyard, which is what I want. And of course, this card helps to protect my True Light as well, which is the sole reason why I have this card in the deck. And of course, King of the Swamp. As you can tell, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different Blue Eyes White Dragons that require Blue Eyes White Dragon as a fusion material. So if I already used my Blue Eyes or isn't able to use them, I can go into King of the Swamp as well as an extra resource. And of course, World of Blue-Eyed Dragon. It's just another way for me to get a Blue Eyes on board, banish it, and of course, go into as a fusion summoning using the cards from my hand or field for materials for my synchros. Then we have Melody of Awakening Dragon, which is a card that I really do like the most because I can use it to search these two so I can get out that, or if I have another card I want to pitch in grave like that one, or even Maiden of White, I can still do that by using this. So, or if I want to get Majesty of the White Dragon in the grave, or even Ultimate Fusion, I can use that to get them in grave to get their effects off as well. Gold Sarcophagus, a simple searcher, just to have, just in case. And of course, this card does have a point, just like Melody of Awakening. This card does have a point system, but I only need to run it at 1 due to the searchability of this deck in general. Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Again, I run Wishes of Eyes of Blue and the Melody of Awakening Dragon due to their points. Otherwise, I'll be running more than 1 copy. So, the reason why I have this in the deck, even if it's just at 1, is because I discard it. It adds 1 tuner and 1 spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes, and of course, I have no issue with having some of my cards discarded, or even if I just have a card I don't need at the time, I will ditch it. And there are times when that discard 1 card will be an advantage for me having the search effect as well, so it will be a +3 instead of +2 in most situations. And of course, Bingo Machine Go, I get to search a Blue Eyes monster or a spell and trap card that specifically lists it. And the search happens in a different way. So I have to reveal the 3 cards, and at least one of the criteria down below needs to be met, which is good, and the opponent will randomly pick one. So that is good as well, because testing it out on here, most of the times it is a hit, which is good. And of course, the searchability that this card does have because of this is amazing, and also you can choose the same card more than once as well. So this card can help get your combo going if you started off with a bricky hand. I have 2 Gravity Lash, very underrated card, especially for Genesys. I will recommend that you do get into it. Get into it by researching it, trying it out, and experimenting in your own deck. Again, Gravity Lash, check it out. Ultimate Fusion, ideally I'm gonna be having cards I need in my graveyard, and this is my ideal route to go into Blue Eyes alternative Ultimate Dragon, because I do have quite a few ways of getting this card, not just on the field, but if it also gets destroyed and gets sent to the graveyard, it's a surprise way for my opponent as well, which is amazing. Burden of the Mighty, I just want this card as a way to weaken my opponent and apply the beatdown that the Blue Eyes White Dragon can be known for in the deck. Molosseum of White, a great way to get my Blue Eyes White Dragons into the graveyard, and of course, if I do manage to have it on the field and have the right conditions set up, also go into Maiden of White as an extra normal summon, which can probably help with my synchro summons as well. So yeah, but originally I run it at 3 to pitch Blue Eyes White Dragon into the graveyard to help fuel my ultimate fusion, and to also bring it back out with True Light. The one thing I love about this one is it is a non-targeted pop card, and I just wanted to double check that it is right by reading it quickly. So yes, it is a non-target pop, and if I have a Blue Eyes in my hand, graveyard, and in my monster zone, you can destroy 3 monsters maximum, and of course, as I said earlier, banish it to ritual summon as well, which is amazing. This card is just for protection, really. If you want to get into the more specifics, it's there on the screen for you to read. And of course, True Light. So as you know, this card is like the tablet version for Dark Magician. So basically you can special summon a Blue Eyes from your hand or graveyard, and this card can also special summon this card if it's in the graveyard, because it is treated as a Blue Eyes White Dragon by name when it is on the field or graveyard, so it still counts for that. Also, this card can search a spell or trap card that is different from the names of the cards you control or in your graveyard. So, the cards you can actually bring out are Ultimate Creature of Destruction. You can set that from your deck to the field. You can set a Majesty of the White Dragon from your deck to the field. You can also set Ultimate Fusion to the field. You can search Roar the Blue Eyes from your deck to the field. You can set Wishes for Eyes of Blue. You can search Bingo Machine Go. And of course, we all know if this card was to destroyed, it destroys all of your front row, your monster row. But that's why I have some cards out to protect it, and it is in the extra deck. So let's get into that. Hope Harbinger Dragon. The sole reason why I also have this card along with Dark Magician the Dragon Knight is to protect True Light. That's the sole reason why I have them. And of course with this one, the whole aim is to use its effect to build up material. And the reason why I want that is so I can go into number S38 if I'm able to go for game and just straight up finish my opponent. That's why number S38 is here, to go for game, finish the opponent, and of course go into a beat stick as well, because it gains 200 for each material attached to this card. And if your opponent is playing a spell trap heavy deck, you can use this card to take advantage of that every turn as well. I will explain why this card is at 1 when I get to the point segment of the video. So, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, it's a very simple and easy card to go into, and at any point I can use it to pivot into Azure Silver Dragon, which will give protection to my dragons, as they cannot be destroyed by card effects, and that does include itself, so it will not get destroyed by Blue Eye Spirit Dragon's effects. So the whole aim is to have this card out with True Light, so you can pivot into this to prevent your dragons, which is pretty much all of the big boss monsters of this deck, from being destroyed by True Light's effect, because it clearly states neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it helps. It really does help. And it doesn't have to be the opponent's card effect, which is a major help. And of course, its other effect is during your standby phase, you can bring back a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, from your graveyard to your field during your standby phase for free, which is massive. Spirit Dragon, just to be a big boss with a negate, and of course do shenanigans. As I said before, this card is just to protect True Light. Tyrant Dragon, an easy card to go into either way, because you can either use Rod the Blue-Eyed by banishing it from the graveyard the turn after you use it to fusion summon into it, or go the Wishes of the Blue-Eyed route, where you banish this card from the graveyard. Excuse me. Sorry you had to hear that, but yeah. So, you can banish this card from the graveyard, equip a Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to a Blue Eyes White Dragon you control, which fully goes into its other requirement by tributing one Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster. And this card is amazing because it's unaffected by trap cards. If this card battles, it can set a trap card from your graveyard to your field. So if Final Light was to go off, this card will not be affected by its destruction effect. And also, this card can attack over all monsters your opponent controls. So this card is amazing to have at 1 or more. And this card is also at 0 points as well. So this card can help clear your field, and if your opponent plays a trap heavy deck, you can attack anyway regardless of the trap cards, which is why I love this card, because when I can get it out at times, it's like damage, and after that, if it's like mid to late game, you have a field, you can direct attack as well, which is amazing. Which is why I also consider this card a surprise and underrated boss. And of course, the card I will always have equipped by this card's effect to a Blue Eyes is Neo's Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, because of its graveyard's effect that will banish itself to protect your Blue Eyes White Dragon. So if there is an effect that targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, and this card is in the graveyard because you got this card out, banish that from the graveyard, you negated and destroyed that effect. That is why I run it at 1. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon is also a great card to have because it's 2 Blue Eyes. You don't even need to use a fusion for this, which is why I love this. You just send 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field to the graveyard. And this card alone attacks twice, but it can only attack twice on monsters. It cannot attack over a monster and have a direct attack as its second attack. It can only attack over 2 monsters with this effect. Also, this card in itself can also banish a monster, because when it attacks, it does not special summon, it doesn't, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. So when you attack into a monster and that monster doesn't get destroyed by battle, this card's effect will activate and it will banish that monster because it wasn't destroyed by battle with this card, which is amazing for getting rid of big problems that cannot be destroyed or targeted. And of course, my big favorite card, the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Get into this, and well, if you do survive or your opponent survives by the time this card comes out, it's pretty much GG, because this card will target up to 3 cards you control as long as you use Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, will destroy them, and this is every turn. And this only happens, unfortunately, if you use Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon as material. But in exchange for that, you cannot attack with this card, but you can attack with your other monsters, which is an amazing payoff, because that's 3 cards getting wiped out every turn. And your opponent will definitely not last long before you clear their board with this card, if they don't find a way to deal with it quick enough. So, going into the next segment, and pretty much the final segment, the total amount of points for this card is 96 points. Wait, yeah, 96 points, because number 38 has 20 points, which is why I only have this card at 1. If it wasn't, I would have more than 1. The Wishes for Eyes of Blue and the Melody of Awakening Dragon are 33 points each. If they were lower, I would not be running Gold Sarcophagus, and Bingo Machine Go would definitely be at a lower ratio. Or I might have just cut Burden of the Mighty. And of course, Gold Sarcophagus at 10 points. Also guys, if you have got any different card choices or texts I have missed, share them in the comments down below and let's have a discussion about your tech choices and what cards you would replace in the decks, and if you also have any other card choices you would like to share and just help out our Genesys community. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helped and you have an amazing day.